The central government has repealed the no-detention policy for classes 5 and 8 in schools under its purview, permitting schools to fail students who do not clear year-end exams. The decision aligns with amendments made to the Right to Education RTE Act in 2019, with over 16 states and 2 union territories already implementing the change. The Education Ministry clarified through an official notification that students failing the annual exams will receive additional coaching and a chance to reappear for the exams within 2 months. If they fail again, they will be held back, but schools will ensure guidance and remedial learning for these students.
हम लोगों ने ये निर्णय लिया है कि 5वीं में और 8वीं में हर प्रयास करने के पश्चात यदि डिटेंशन करने की आवश्यकता पड़े तो डिटेन किया जाए, लेकिन उसमें यह भी प्रावधान किया गया है कि 8वीं कक्षा तक किसी भी बच्चे को हमारे स्कूलों से निष्कासित नहीं किया जाए। तो हम एक्सेस तो चाहते हैं, लेकिन राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के तहत हम ये भी चाहते हैं कि हर बच्चे का लर्निंग आउटकम कहीं बेहतर हो, उम्दा हो, और इसको प्रयास में लाने के लिए वैसे बच्चों के लिए जो पढ़ाई में शायद किसी कारणवश उतने अच्छे नहीं हैं, उस पर विशेष ध्यान भी दिया जा सकेगा। और ये रूल्स में जो बदलाव लाए गए हैं, इससे ये संभव हो सकेगा। तो मैं समझता हूँ इससे हमारे सभी बच्चों के लर्निंग आउटकम्स को हम बेहतर बना पाने में सफल हो पाएंगे।
Jayashree Ganeshan highlighted the rationale and stated, in grades 5th and 8th, students must grasp the basics of mathematics, science and languages. Promoting students without ensuring their readiness only harms them in the long term. She emphasized that this policy provides students a second chance while ensuring they do not advance unprepared, especially with the increased academic challenges of higher grades.
The no-detention policy that has been announced by the Union Education Ministry is actually a welcome move. My thoughts on this is that in grades 5 and 4 to a certain extent, we teach students basics, a lot of basics concepts in mathematics, science and social studies, also in English grammar and in whichever regional language that they're taking, be it Kannada, Hindi or Sanskrit. And the syllabus only steps up as they go to 6th grade, 7th grade and so on. When a child doesn't have a clear grasp of the basic concepts in grade 5, there is no point in promoting the child just for the sake of promoting and showing 100% promotions for a school, be it public or private, because we are actually doing disservice to the children. A child should know, the child's family, the parents especially should know that the child hasn't grasped the basic concepts. He or she is not ready to step into the next grade. So this policy, the change in the education policy of failing the student, of not promoting a child who has failed the final examination in grade 5 is a welcome move. And it's also very thoughtful to say that in 2 months' time, the child will be given another chance to take the same annual examination portions and try and clear the exam, thereby giving the child and his family the necessary time to brush up on the concepts and get ready. And in case the child doesn't pass the second time, he or she is not going to be promoted to grade 6. While it might seem cruel to a child of say 10 or 11 years, actually it is even more cruelty to just pass the child, promote the child and keep pushing forward. And in 8th grade, at some point where the child has not caught on the basics of 4 years, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th grades, and the next 2 years are critical for any student in India, meaning you have to appear for the 9th and the 10th exams, right? And then you come to the crossroads of what you want to do further in your life. At that point in time, telling a child that his concepts are not good enough, his grades have not been good enough, and then some schools, or actually most schools, have the habit of filtering these kind of students whose grasp of concepts and performances have been dismal. They have the habit of issuing the TC. I think that is even more inhumane to a child, right? And we are talking now of a child who is about 13-14 years. The child is not an adult to understand that yes, I have faltered and I need to fix this. A child is still a child, the naivety, the innocence is still there. So I appreciate this. And in 8th grade also the same policy is going to be implemented, which I think is a fantastic move. It's a practical move, because a student who's not ready to clear the exam, 8th grade final examination, is in no state of mind to decide what subjects to opt for in grades 9 and 10, and therefrom grades 11 and 12. I completely agree, and I think this is something that is long overdue in the Indian education system.
D. Shashi Kumar, General Secretary of the Karnataka Associated Management of Schools (KAMS), hailed the decision as a beautiful, welcoming, and healthy move. He added the RTE amendment in 2019 was made after consulting stakeholders nationwide to address the declining quality of learning outcomes. The central government's implementation now is a significant step towards improving student performance. Karnataka must follow suit to extend this policy to state board and government schools.
The central government has passed the rule saying that detention policy will be in place for 5th and 8th. It is a beautiful, welcoming sign and a healthy move from the central government. But the same thing has to be implemented even in Karnataka in its schools, so that the state board and government school also follow the same, because RTE amendment was made in the year 2019 by consulting all these stakeholders across the states of India and arriving that there is a quality learning outcome has been deteriorated. In that respect, that particular RTE amendment was made, but after several years it has not been implemented. Now central government implementing the same will definitely enhance the quality learning outcome among its students.
Welcoming the decision, Aishwarya CM, State Secretariat, member of All India Save Education Committee AISEC, Karnataka echoed similar sentiments. She remarked the quality of school education has been declining due to the no-detention policy. We have long advocated for its removal. The implementation delay has already affected students. This step is a welcome change, and we urge Karnataka to reintroduce the pass-fail system starting from grade 1.
सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने जो पास फेल सिस्टम को इंट्रोड्यूस करने की डिसीजन लिया है 5th और 8th स्टैंडर्ड में, इसे ऑल इंडिया सेव एजुकेशन कमेटी वेलकम करते हैं. एक्चुअली ऑल इंडियन सेव एजुकेशन कमेटी बहुत साल से एक लोगों को संगठित करते हुए आंदोलन में हम है कि पास फेल सिस्टम को फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड से रीइंट्रोड्यूस किया जाए. ये नो डिटेंशन पॉलिसी के वजह से एजुकेशन का क्वालिटी, स्कूल एजुकेशन का क्वालिटी वो गिरता जा रहा है. 2019 में गेजेट नोटिफिकेशन आया था कि 5th और 8th स्टैंडर्ड में पास फेल सिस्टम रीइंट्रोड्यूस होगा, पर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने इम्प्लीमेंट करने में बहुत डिले किया है. आज वो इम्प्लीमेंट करने की जो बात कर रहे हैं, इसे हम वेलकम करते हैं. और यहाँ कर्नाटका में जो है, कर्नाटका में भी हम डिमांड करते हैं कि क्लास फर्स्ट से ही स्कूल में पास फेल सिस्टम को रीइंट्रोड्यूस किया जाए. और जो टीचर्स पोस्ट वेकेंट है, 60-70% टीचर्स पोस्ट वेकेंट है, इसे इमीडिएटली अपॉइंटमेंट के ज़रिए फिल किया जाए. और नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो भी इसको पास फेल सिस्टम को रीइंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए ज़रूरी है, वो सभी मेजर्स लिया जाए. ये ऑल इंडिया सेव एजुकेशन कमेटी का डिमांड है कर्नाटका गवर्नमेंट से.
While the notification applies to over 3,000 centrally run schools, including Kendriya Vidyalayas and Navodaya Vidyalayas, it leaves the decision-making to states, as education is a state subject. Notably, Haryana and Puducherry have yet to decide, while others such as Delhi have implemented the policy. Despite support, concerns have been raised about the burden on teachers and the psychological impact on students. Jayashree suggested identifying struggling students as early as grade 3 and issuing warnings during promotions to encourage timely intervention. Holding back students ensures accountability, but continuous assessment and teacher support are key, she said.
I would add a suggestion to the Union Education Ministry that students who are not catching on concepts, basics, who are slightly weaker, they need to be noticed and monitored right from grade 3. Okay, and when they are promoted to grade 4 and from grade 4 to grade 5, it has to be issued with a warning, promoted with due warning. Please focus on basic concepts in mathematics or basic concepts in English grammar or basic concepts in Kannada. That has to be issued on that final communication which comes from the school to the parents. That they are promoted but with a warning so that the child has summer holidays to catch up on whatever concepts the child has failed to catch up with. It is not a burden because I think this is how the education system is in India. You are finally what you do in your final examination, right? Those marks matter a lot. They carry a lot of weightage even in calculating, the annual performance, whichever board conducts the exam. I think it's going to be a little bit more responsibility for the teachers, and they cannot just pass and promote children from grade 3 to grade 4, grade 4 to grade 5 and so on upwards, and at grade 8 the school management decides to kick the child out.
How do you think this will impact the psychology of
The child will know that it is faltering. He or she has to wake up now, put in that effort, be more diligent, be more perseverant about concepts that they are not getting, seek help. It's going to make them more responsible and attentive. Once a child knows that if they do not clear the grade 5 final examination, they are likely to repeat the same grade. It is going to make them a little bit more responsible in paying attention to what is being taught and a little bit more effort in understanding and in practicing whatever needs to be done wherever they are lacking.
The no-detention policy was introduced in 2009 under the RTE Act to reduce dropout rates and ease the pressure on students. However, it faced criticism for promoting complacency among students and teachers, leading to declining educational standards.